I just have to say, first off, I'm so proud of you because the way that you have been, not only in your first 2 episodes, the professionalism, the tea, the hot takes, you have me in the car. Preach, KK. Preach. Now, I just say I'm proud of you because I like these questions. And these are really good questions.
What's good, y'all? Today is such an exciting episode because next to me I have one of my favorite people in the world. That's right, you guessed it. My younger brother, Micah. Woohoo! Yes, round of applause, y'all. Live TV audience. Give this man some applause. How you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling good. I'm scared.
Why are you scared?
I'm about to start crying because we have some... Can I cuss on this?
Yes, you can curse.
Food that is hot as hell. It has fireworks on it for some reason. Yeah, I'm nervous.
But you're a trooper, right? Like you're not that scared.
No, I'll do it for you. This will be the one and only time this whole year I'm eating some shit that has fireworks.
Well, that is a perfect segue because as you can see in between Micah and I, we have some spicy noodles. Now, look, some of y'all might be thinking, spicy noodles, like whatever. Listen, okay? Personally, I have never tried hot or spicy noodles, ramen-like noodles. This is a first for me. When we were growing up, if we would eat top ramen, it was giving chicken, the chicken flavor, that yellow package. It was giving which is problematic labeling, by the way. At the time, it was called Oriental flavor. I don't know what they were thinking, but it was like the more like Asian-inspired noodle. It was like the blue package. And then I feel like, yeah, we would just rotate those. We never ate like the shrimp, the beef, none of that. Because again, we were religious and holy children. But now, as an adult, and as an aspiring foodie, as I stated in our first episode, okay, we are trying to push ourselves to try new things. And one of the things on my list that I really wanted to try are spicy noodles. And so before us, we have a hot and spicy. Oh, it does say firework on it. I thought his ass was over here being dramatic, but it actually does say firework on it. And it is Nissin brand. I hope I'm pronouncing that correct, but it's molten chili. Molten? You know, when I think of molten, that doesn't sound that appetizing, but I saw that it had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It had 6. It had 6 chilies on it, so I was like, you know what? That might be spicy. We need to try it on the pod, right? Because we are big girls over here, okay? We wear big girl panties. We ain't no punk. And then the second flavor we have here is it's Buldak. Now this one I've seen on TikTok. A lot of people eat this one and like customize it, so I thought this would be a good one, but this one is 2 times spicy. So it's given a little more spice than usual because again, we're pushing ourselves, we're trying new things. And so we're gonna start with the hot and spicy firework first because we felt like that one might be like the least spicy one out of the 2. And then we'll move on to the second one. And while we're eating this, we're gonna be talking about one of those topics that I just feel like are near and dear to our hearts. We are talking about Disney Channel versus Nickelodeon, which is lit. Because when I think of like prime time children's television, you think of Disney and Nickelodeon, right?
Disney, Nick.
Like, I guess there is also like Cartoon Network and what else is there?
There's Cartoon Network, and then for the people who grew up a little less fortunate, there was Cubo.
Yeah, there was PBS Kids. There was the non-cable.
PBS Kids.
I
think that's it.
Yeah, I guess Disney and Nickelodeon was only on cable now that I think about it. Yeah. And so when I think of like those tried and true gem TV shows, this is one of those debates that I have seen online for a long time. And so we're going to talk about it here because as 2 generations, Micah was born around the 2000s, I was born in the 90s. We definitely have 2 different but possibly similar opinions on these shows. And so as we're eating, we're hopefully going to be giving y'all a little nostalgia as we're talking about these shows. But to get us started, let us go ahead and put our hot water in the... You're going to be fine, okay? If I can do this, you can do this, okay? Now, when it comes to instructions, I don't always follow them the best, so we're going to make sure that we are following these instructions accordingly. Let's see, remove lid. Okay, step 1, removing that lid. We can put the second one over to the side. We're gonna remove lid. We're going to take out seasoning and vegetable pouches. It's supposed to microwave, but you know what? Since we're putting super hot water in here, we should be able to let this sit and just cook itself. Okay, y'all, if you were just listening to this podcast, what I'm doing right now is I'm going for the hot water that I have sitting in a cup. And whew, okay, now I'm starting to sweat because this is scorching hot water, but I'm just gonna pour it over and boom. Just pour it over. Wow, look at that. And we're gonna fill it to the fill line. My brother went ahead and spilled some on the ground, but you know what, it's okay. We're gonna move this cup to the side. And let's just put the lid over and let it sit. We should let it sit for like 5 minutes. Yeah. It's supposed to go for 5 minutes, and then you empty the fire sauce. I love that it's called fire sauce. Maybe put your fork on top of the lid so it stays completely shut. And it should cook itself from there. Yeah, I hope this is like cup of noodles where it just, you know, does the thing. So we'll see what happens. Anyways, let's get into our first question as we're waiting for our firework noodles. Okay, Micah. So growing up in the 2000s, when you think back to prime kid TV at that time, I'm talking TV networks as well as shows, what were you watching?
I was watching The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody religiously.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. And then there was That's So Raven. But man, I feel like This Sweet Life of Zack and Cody has to be my favorite show.
Really?
Of that era.
Why?
Yes, because it was every kid's dream. They got to live in a hotel. They had butlers and all this staff. They got to run around and do whatever they wanted.
Yeah.
That was my favorite.
Okay, okay. Love that. I think when I think back to prime TV shows when I was growing up in, okay, I say the 90s, but really it's the late 90s. Don't come for me. I'm still a millennial, no matter what y'all say. I would say I think of The Proud Family.
Ooh.
I think of Roly Poly Oly. I think of Out of the Box. Do you know what Out of the Box was?
I have no clue what Out of the Box is.
You know, okay, so there's those clips on TikTok circling around, and there's this black guy, he's playing the bangos, and he's like, so long, farewell to you, my friend. Yeah, that was Out of the Box.
I remember.
I think of going to non-cable shows. I think of like Between the Lions. Is that what it was called? Ooh. That show with like the pet lions who were reading stories to you.
A storybook. I remember the Doodle Bops was big.
The Doodle Bops is great. We're the Doodle Bops. Did you ever watch Reading Rainbow?
Reading Rainbow. Mr.
Reading
Rogers.
Rainbow. What was Mr. Rogers' show called?
I thought it was just Mr. Rogers.
Was it Mr. Rogers?
Because I remember he would sing the song that would make me go to sleep every
Bruh,
time.
and he would take off the sweater. He always had his sweater off and would take it off at the end of the episode. He had me wanting to wear a sweater. Like, as a child, you know, like when you see something on TV, either like someone's eating something, someone's wearing something, or someone's like showing you want it. You know what I mean? He had me on a sweater wave as a kid. Absolutely.
I surely tried on a cardigan after that.
Not the train set.
Train says that. I was like, I need that.
Facts. And also shows like Lizzie McGuire, Raven, of course. I mean, I remember Keke Palmer show, True Jackson VP. Now that obviously came around a lot later, but I feel like in like the 90s and the 2000s period, early 2000s were the best kids TV shows kind of across time. I mean, obviously I haven't been around for 100 years, but you know, I be hearing about the little kids TV shows now, and they're not giving what those shows were giving back then. But you know, I also feel like kids TV culture has changed too. Like we don't have the Dan Schneiders of the world creating those hit TV Nickelodeon shows. You know what I'm saying? Like we also don't have like the same child star pipeline. No. I feel like now that we did back then, at least when it comes to TV shows, right?
True.
Do you agree?
I do agree.
And I think we also have to consider that kids nowadays are like there's more distractions. Like I remember growing up, there was no screen time. Like we had iPads like once we got a little bit
Older, but when we were
much older
kids,
than
we were
that.
playing with toys or we were watching TV. So I feel like now just the amount of engagement isn't the same because every 6-year-old has an iPhone
and is on TikTok and so I feel like these shows are not, the numbers aren't representing what they could be, you know, because I know everyone in the whole world was watching The Proud Family or, you know, Lilo and Stitch or, you know, like all of these Kennedy shows. Every time these shows would drop a season or a new episode,
like it was ingrained into our memory versus now it's like, I think less than 50% of kids are watching.
Oh, yeah. Because, I mean, set aside the shows, Disney Channel original movies were a prime time event during the week. Okay? I'm talking, you would know, like during the week, you would mentally prepare. You would tell all your friends, oh, are you going to watch the High School Musical premiere? Oh, are you going to watch this premiere? And it would be on like a Thursday night or a Friday night, which as Adventist kids growing up, we were not able to watch them. We had to wait till Sunday.
Until Sunday.
But Disney Channel original movies were like the social events, I feel like, of the week. And so it's like we grew up at such, I feel like, a niche time in children's TV history. However, as I said, what was going on at that time in kids' TV history is so different. And the pipeline to produce these shows is also so different as well. Okay, let's check in on our noodles. Let's see if they cooked. Okay, period. Okay, all right.
They
Okay.
would have needed to.
Yeah, I mean, they look somewhat done. I mean, they look basically done. Like, these look chewable.
Yeah.
I just got a little piece on the table. Let's see. You know, it's giving a little crunch, but you know what?
Like
we're gonna do it for the vine. Okay, so now we are going to, let's not do the fake veggies because them things are just gonna stay stale. Just do the seasoning. So we've got seasoning number 1. Pour all that shit in.
Why is it red?
Pour all
Why is it
Oh
red?
shit, I just spilled on the counter. All right. There's gonna be quite extensive cleanup. Okay, let's sniff it. Ooh, it smells well seasoned. That's how it smells. Not your coughing.
I think I'm gonna add a little bit more water. Because I'm not trying to eat all the seasoning.
Oh, I can smell it.
Oh yeah, how's it smell?
It smells like safety.
Y'all, we haven't even put in the fire sauce yet. Also, why am I sweating while doing this?
I'm about to take off this jacket.
Why am I getting a little nervous? You know, I'm feeling so nostalgic doing this right now. Like, I have not made a couple noodles like this in a minute just because I prefer to cook them stovetop now. Like, I don't like the in the bowl ones, but a lot of people do. Okay, let's put in the fire sauce. How's it smell?
It smells like the regular chicken one, but I can smell a little.
Okay, if you're watching this online, y'all look at this fire sauce. This thing is beaming red. Y'all, the color is giving cough syrup, but
Don't get down your hands.
yeah, I'm trying very...
Lord.
How's it smell? Ooh, it stings. Y'all, before we started this pod, Micah prayed for us, and I'm so glad that he did because y'all, for those of us, you know, who weren't always spicy people, this is difficult, okay? Like, this is really stepping out. It's turning red. Holy shit, it's turning red. Oh, you know what? But we're not no bitches. Okay, as we're mixing this, because this is definitely taking some mixing. Okay, when you think of Disney Channel, what are the first 3 things or people that come to mind?
When I'm thinking about Disney Channel, the first 3 things that come to mind is my name is, and you're watching Disney Channel.
LOL.
Dun, dun, dun.
The drawing of the ears. Yeah. Okay, you know how many times I would go to my childhood bathroom and be like, my name is KK, and you're watching Disney, and would act like I had the one. Core. That is core. That's how you knew you were watching the Disney Channel, period. Okay, so that's the first thing. What's the next thing? All right, let's take a bite.
I would have to say Mr. Mosby, Mr. Mosby is a...
Yeah.
You want me to take a bite? Okay, is that enough?
Yeah, that's enough. All right, one. You want to cheers? Cheers.
Hold on. Is it hot?
No, it's not that hot. You know, I feel like, number one, this is definitely going to be an ASMR episode because y'all can definitely hear us smacking. But on a spice level, this is giving maybe a 3.
It's giving about a 5-6.
This firework, this is giving, okay, a 3 for people who like spice. This is giving a 3. For someone who doesn't like spice at all,
it's giving like a 5-6. It's not attacking like I thought it would be.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take another bite.
See? Okay, if he's going for another bite, that's how you know it's not that spicy. Let's go in for another bite. Okay, so you were saying the first thing that comes into your mind is the Disney Channel welcome, the drawing of the ears. The second thing is Mr. Mosby. What's wrong, bro?
Oh, no.
I can't be laughing at you. Wait a minute now. It kind of sneaks up on... You want some milk?
No.
Okay, if you're wondering what's going on with our responses right now, the spice kind of sneaks up on you. Like you eat it, you start biting it, and you're fine. But then your tongue starts to tingle.
Yeah, it's tingling a little bit.
And the heat starts to rise in the back of your throat. But it's still giving good. Like you still want to eat it, which is the draw.
The flavor palette is nice.
Wow, I'm surprised. Okay, what's the third thing? What's the third thing that comes to mind?
I'm sweating. It's like somebody raised the heat. It's meant. Why am I getting a little perspiration on my forehead?
The heat is making the temperature rise.
So we said the Disney Channel, Mr. Mosby, and then I have to say London Tempted.
Really?
Because I feel like she made Disney Channel around that era.
Whoa!
Stop.
Wait a minute.
I'm just saying.
Most memorable characters, everybody knew who
London Tempted was.
Y'all, I have to heavily disagree. I think there are way more Disney girls. No shade to London. She gave what it needed to give. But, oh, my lips are tingling just a little bit. It's good though, right? Like, as I'm talking to y'all, my mouth is starting to burn a little bit. But, oh, he's going for the milk. We're already going for the milk. It's all right. It's all right. I have to say, my opinion is going to be completely different. The 3 things that come to mind for me, I have to say, are Raven-Symoné, the queen of Disney, okay?
Yeah.
Raven-Symoné, I think of Disney Channel original movies, and I think of... Are you okay, bro?
I don't know why I can only breathe out my mouth right now.
Take a drink of milk. Take a drink of milk.
I'm gonna stick it out until I can't do it no more.
Okay, while that's happening, let's pour the water in our second bowl. I have to say, I have to say it's Raven. I have to say that it's Disney Channel original movies. And the third thing I'm gonna say is Disney Channel music video.
Disney Channel music video?
Okay? Listen, the crossovers that we would see in the Disney Channel music videos. Okay, do you remember the one that had Raven? It was it Believe in Magic?
What was...
It was a dream is a wish in your heart. Whatever that one was. It had Orlando, it had Raven, it had the twins from Zack and Cody.
Oh, yeah.
It had all of the girls. You couldn't be a Disney kid if you could not sing, dance, and act. Okay, you had to be a triple threat. And I think that is why. I think that's why, too, Disney Channel and Nick shows were so popular. Because these kids were triple threats. A lot of them were singing their own theme songs. A lot of them were putting out albums while doing the shows. A lot of them were also doing movies. Like these kids, they were working like adults.
Like slaves.
They were they were built different. Like, and they were also getting paid like adults. Okay, a lot of these kids were taking care of their families. And that is also why they had to be a triple threat. They had to be it. Okay, look, I chose the wrong day to wear a beanie, y'all. I am smelting under this beanie. That's crazy. Drink some milk. Bruh, you can do this. It's not that spicy.
My head is like shaking.
Drink some water.
Nah, I'm gonna try this.
Cause that one might be spicier, bro.
But this is oat milk. We don't eat regular milk.
Y'all, let's see if that oat milk is gonna do anything for getting that spice together.
The oat milk does fine.
It helps?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But yeah, going back, I feel like these kids were triple threats, and we saw their work not just in their regular TV shows, but we saw them shooting a little music video promoting their show. We saw them. The more you eat it, the more it comes up. But still, it's still giving spice level 3 for me, okay? It's not giving what it's giving him. But anyways, okay, shit, I'm trying to finish my thought here. These kids, we saw them in their triple threat era, and I think that's why that's a core memory that comes in for me. The Disney Channel music videos, hands down, my favorite. Okay, what were your favorite shows to watch? You already gave me a few, but like, okay, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, like that was the first show that you would turn on like after school?
I can't really say. I would say Proud Family was probably the show that I turned on after school because Proud Family was the first show that looked like us. You know, so it like I couldn't go out and watch. I know all of these shows I'm about to say like later, but like A Good Look Charlie, you know, the original like nuclear family type of plot, you know, in those shows, those really didn't really like resonate with me. So I would watch like Proud Family. I like The Wizards of Waverly Place just due to the fact that it was a Hispanic family. You know, there's a lot more POC shows that were coming out, so definitely watch a lot of the POC
Disney Channel shows, and of course like the staples. But I would have to say Proud Family. And since you mentioned the movies aspect of the Disney movies, I just have to say right now that Lemonade Mouth has to be a top 10 Disney original, in there with High School Musical.
Really? You put them in the same category?
Well, Terminate. What?
What?
We're breaking free. What? Gotta get your head in the game.
Get your head up.
No, I'm sorry. Lemonade Mouth cannot compare to High School Musical and Cheetah Girls. They're in their own lanes.
I have to say, if I had a rank for like musical, I would say.
Okay, period. Let's transition. Actually, let's get into ranking. Okay. Okay, we are ranking. Shit, I keep hitting my knee on this thing. Okay, we are ranking High School Musical or the Cheetah Girls. Who's taking it? Go.
Ooh, I have to say, Cheetah Girls takes it.
Period.
Because I don't know if all of y'all who's listening to this podcast should know that little lullaby song that.
I can sing me a mean.
A little Uno Dos Tres.
A little a la nanita. Okay.
One of those words mean.
Listen, because while High School Musical was a core, just hearty, just. I don't know why I had to take such a deep breath before I finished that sentence. Okay, the more you continue eating this noodles, it does get spicier. I have to say, wow, my brother's wiping his mouth. Wow, the red that's on our nap. Do y'all see that? Okay, for those of y'all who are listening to this audio only, our napkins are red after we've dabbed our mouths. That should give you a glimpse into how strong this thing is.
The songwriting in Cheetah Girls.
Yes, okay. It was the songwriting. It was the choreography. It was also the actors. Like, I just feel like they gave what needed to be gave. Versus High School Musical, okay, they're both cultural phenomenons. We cannot deny that. But they have their own lanes, and I feel like they're not in the same category. They're both musicals, right? They're both musicals, but they steer their own lanes, and I love that for them. So for me, it's giving. They're in their separate lanes, so it's gonna be a tie for me, dog. Yeah, I have to give it a tie.
Have you less? That is. Are we putting this?
I think we should put the flakes in this one. Oh.
I'm afraid the flakes is just peppers.
No, looks like the flakes look like little sushi leaves, and it's sesame seeds.
Yeah,
so no, you're not harming yourself more by doing that. Okay, now we are pouring in the artificial vegetables and the sauce, which there is chilies in this one. So, you know, my guess for this one is that this one is going to be spicier because this one has chilies in it, which I'm sweating just thinking about this one, bruh. You know, it's giving a good mix of, so we're trying the second one right now, which is the Buldak artificial spicy chicken ramen flavor. The color of the sauce is giving I feel like a healthy mix of soy and hot sauce because it came out like a black red. It didn't come out as vibrant red as the last one.
I don't know if y'all can see that.
So, yeah, we can, let me not. Okay. This one, oof. This one, it smells just as I described. It smells like a mix, right?
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't sock you with spice. So this one might not be that spicy. If you need to take another drink before, do it, bruh. Which TV show is better? Now, I know you said that Sweet Life of Zack and Cody is your favorite, so I'm curious what your thoughts are going to be on this one. Which is better, Drake and Josh, or The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody?
Drake and Josh.
Ooh.
I completely, you know, I'm a couple years removed from my Disney Channel, so I completely kind of blocked out a lot of the shows.
Yeah, yeah.
But Drake and Josh, the Hug Me Brother, you know.
Oh, right. Iconic.
Give it to me, baby. You know, like.
And let's not forget Megan.
Megan.
Queen Megan stayed on their necks. Okay, she did not let her brothers breathe, and honestly, she made the show for me.
Which is why she got her own show.
Yeah, without Megan, there would be no Drake and Josh. That's how I felt. All right, we're gonna take a next.
Hold on. I lifted it up, and heat came.
Ew, you heard my laugh? That was evil as shit.
Look at that.
It's not that bad, bro. The other one was way more bright than this. Okay. You can take a big bite of this one. Don't be no bitch. You got this. Ooh, why am I getting so many noodles on this? I don't want all that. Okay, this one kind of, all right.
Nah,
we gotta wrap that.
Look at yours.
Look, mine's got way more. I'm trying to wrap this shit together. Okay, ready? Oh, we're about to take another bite here, y'all, of the second noodle. All right, 3. He's taking his first time over here. He's over here extra doing it over here with the noodles on his fork. Okay, take less. Just empty that fork and try again. He keeps getting a glob of noodles and he don't want to do all that. All right, 3. Let me dip this in the sauce so it's fresh. 3, 2, 1. Ooh. Wow. Wow. Oh, it built. Holy.
If I could explain it, it's like there's flames going around my body, and I'm sweating from all over. Another bite, double down. Double down. Double down for the video. Double down for the video. Double down.
This is crazy.
Y'all can't say we don't love y'all. Double down. Ready? 3. Double down. 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Y'all, I am rethinking my entire life decision in this moment. These noodles are so hot, bruh. Okay. It's like initially... Initially, when you take a bite, it's not bad. But as you open your mouth, I'm whispering, bruh. It's so spicy. Oh, yeah. Water helps. Okay. Oh.
internet. Oh my life! Oh my boss on fire!
Bro, he hates me right now. Oh, my lips are hurting.
If I talk, every time I move my lips, they hurt.
All right, y'all. We had to take a brief intermission because that 2 times hot. Excuse me, I just. That 2 times hot was no joke. Why do I feel like I'm high now? Why do I feel like my mouth is like slowly going numb? When I open my mouth, my tongue starts to tingle. Bulldeck, you did that, girl, okay? If you can see now, my shit is red, okay? You see that red ring? It is no joke. That shit is hot, okay? For like a regular person who loves hot, this would probably be maybe like a 5 or 6 to y'all. For someone who was newly into spice, this is giving an 8 on the spice level. It is, no, I have to give it a 9. It's a 9. Like, my mouth is still burning. And we had to take some time for you. Okay, what do you rate that one?
12. Okay.
You're coming alive, bruh. That's what spice can do.
Shoulders.
I know. It can spread. That heat is crazy. Y'all, if I take this hat off, it would be wet. That's how hot I am right now. iCarly. Or The Amanda Show.
I have to say iCarly because for me, iCarly was a canon event in my life.
Iconic.
She was a young boss. You know what I'm saying? Getting her money. You know, all of the other shows, other than like Corey in the House. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody was about their money like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Noodles, man.
Take another sip. I have to say, you have a point there with Carly ran the house. Okay, she was the adult, but she was also created a viral online TV show. At that time in life, the internet, when iCarly came around, the internet was obviously a thing. It had been around for a while. We had things like YouTubers, and I think that's what iCarly was like a nod to. YouTube culture, right? It was an online TV show, 2 best friends doing silly shit. That's YouTube AF. That's Vine, if you have it. You know what I mean? And so for that, I feel like it was a cultural phenomenon for kids. But I honestly have to say, The Amanda Show takes it for me. Because The Amanda Show, my guy, was like SNL for kids. Amanda was playing so many different characters, and so were her friends. To me, that's a true test of a child actor. Can you play multiple characters that are on completely different ends of the spectrum and stay in character the entire time? Amanda did that. True. Period. Amanda was queen. That's how I feel.
True.
Okay. Which star held their network on? Are you okay, bro?
Bro, my whole body is vibrating.
I don't know if I can eat no more of the 2 times heat. It's so hot, y'all. I'm struggling. I want to take another one because I'm not no punk. I might take one more, but yeah, you can go back to the other spot. Okay, which TV star held their network on their back? Keke Palmer, Raven-Symoné.
Raven-Symoné.
Oof. Snaps. I gotta give snaps to that one. You weren't watching Disney Channel if you don't know who Raven-Symoné is. Okay? Raven was
Preach.
the Amandas of the world, the Keke Palmers of the world, the Miley Cyruses. Raven was their example. Raven gave childhood SNL as well, because Raven could play any character you gave her. She gave it to you. Not only did she give you that, she gave you fashion. Yeah. She gave you original movie. Yeah. She gave you original, like Corey, okay? There would be no Megan if there wasn't a Corey. You know, the evil children came from Corey. Then you had Chelsea, the dumb friend. Then you had Eddie. You know, you had the Raven and the LeBron. Was his name LeBron? The guy who she dated? No, it wasn't LeBron. The Raven and the light-skinned guy, we'll just call them light-skinned guys, their relationship, prime television. Now, I will say, though, on the Nickelodeon scale, Keke.
Yeah.
Keke gave what needed to be gave, okay? I would have loved to see Raven and Keke do something together.
But I feel like they were so far apart, you know? But you're definitely right. Like Raven-Symoné, every child in both of our generations knows who Raven-Symoné is.
Which movie trilogy is taking it? High School Musical, Camp Rock.
Oh, I just have to say, first off, I'm so proud of you because the way that you have been, not only in your first 2 episodes, the professionalism, the tea, the hot takes, you have me in the car. Preach, KK. Preach. Now, I just say I'm proud of you because I like these questions. And these are really good questions.
Thanks, bro.
Who's taking it? High School Musical?
Yeah. I know this is a hard one.
I have to give
you want to give me a second?
Yeah, give me
okay.
a second.
I'll tell you mine. I have to say... Shut your ass up. This one is a tie for me. Now, if we couldn't do no tie, High School Musical takes it by like 1 point. And I'll tell you why. Everyone knows High School Musical. Everyone does not know Camp Rock. If you were to sing maybe 1 out of 5 High School Musical songs, more than likely someone could recognize that versus any Camp Rock song. The High School Musical music and movies alone, I feel like are more cross-generational than Camp Rock. I have to say it because look at how many times people have recreated High School Musical shit. Look how many times they did reunions. Look at how many times on TikTok, Instagram, you name it. Some of the stars still be doing dancing vids.
Okay, I gotta say Camp Rock. And the reason why I'm saying that is because High School Musical gave you a look in of what it was like to be in high school. The end of your high school career. Because if you recall, it was, junior year? And then it was summer, and then it was senior year. You know what I'm saying? So, thinking about Camp Rock, you were still a kid. It had nothing else to do with anything else other than, hey, I'm a kid, and I think I'm special. How am I going to let the world see how special I am? Versus High School Musical, it was, oh no, I want to go for this play, or I'm going to state for basketball, or something like that. Like, watching High School Musical, all I wanted to do was play basketball and then sing a song, right? Watching Camp Rock, I wanted to get in that studio. You know what I'm saying? Man, what's that? What's the song when she's playing it on the piano?
This isn't real. This isn't me. Is that what you're thinking
I'm
of?
exactly where I'm supposed to. I'm about to cry. Can I let the light shine?
Why did kids at that time sing like cursive? Like we see it with a lot of superstars now, but for example, with the Jonas Brothers. Music's in my soul.
I can't take it, lose control.
Nick always looked like he was constipated as fuck. He's like,
those dances.
and then Joe looked like he was having a migraine. His eyes would be squinted so are you okay, bro?
Are we supposed to believe that Joe wasn't 35 and Camp Rock?
Listen.
Had 5 o'clock shadow.
Grown ass man, okay? And that's the thing with these shows. They would have grown ass people playing 16 and 15-year-olds, and we were eating it up. We were like, that's so good. Wow, he's really heartbroken over Demi Lovato. Meanwhile, homeboy's probably 35. You know, Demi's a smooth 21. Like, even on the TV shows, you know, Raven was deaf not. Like, Keke was deaf not 16 on True. Like, that really just clicked to me. Like, they really had us fooled. And you know what? They walked themselves to the bank and took all of our coins because it gave.
It did.
Like, it really gave.
It did.
You know what? Props to y'all, but wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have to say, okay, we are definitely split on that one.
Yeah. The reason why I watched the POC shows is because that's what pertained to us. You
Yeah.
know, and everything else it just didn't resonate with us as children. You know,
Yeah.
not because we didn't hold the same values or our family wasn't complete. It's just due to the fact that it wasn't our culture.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you were right. Once they started hearing the hoopla about not having shows that accurately, you know, display what goes on in our lives, they started giving you like here damn shows, like here, you know, here's the like the kebab guy off of iCarly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was them trying to be inclusive versus actually giving the platform.
Inclusive in quotes.
Precisely. But nowadays, you know, I haven't watched Disney Channel in years. You know, I did watch something when I was over visiting our little cousins out in California, and I saw a show, and it was like a melting pot show. I was like,
wow.
Disney Channel has changed.
Yeah.
You know, a lot.
Yeah.
You know, of course it's progressive, of course it's politically correct, but it has changed.
Yeah.
You know? Whether it's for the better or worse,
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I feel like that is the hope, is that, you know, the world starts to change. And so obviously representation now is so different than it was back at that time. Like we see more of ourselves on screen, in music, and standards of beauty, all of that. And I think the kids now will hopefully never know what that feels like, to not see themselves represented in the media. But I think back then it felt like it was so few and far between, or that, you know, people of color were either side characters. There maybe were a few main characters, but it wasn't like the standard. It wasn't the norm, if that makes sense. And of course, I don't know that we'll ever get there to where it's like, well, actually, I don't know. I think it's okay to be optimistic, but I think with representation, there's just always work to do.
Yeah.
I guess is what I'm getting at.
Always.
Yeah. Okay. So, last question for you.
Oh boy.
Do you recall ever learning anything meaningful from childhood shows from either Disney Channel or Nickelodeon? And if so, what show was it, and what was the lesson that you learned?
Yes, the biggest lesson that I've learned from any Disney Channel show or Nickelodeon show is to love yourself, love what's on the inside, and then that will transform outward. And that came from the Proud Family. You know, strangely enough, there's an episode in which, if you guys are familiar with the Proud Family, there are 3 bullies at the school called the Gross Sisters.
They're all blue, by
And
the
they're
way.
blue, like they got like they've been exposed,
Like blueberries,
right? Like
yeah.
they've been exposed to some type of chemical or something. But there was the biggest gross sister was this big girl, and she would stand there and she'd be like, you know what I'm saying?
She always had her hand out like she was taking your money, because she was taking money. Yeah.
And if you didn't, she'll beat you up.
Facts.
I remember Penny and her friend took the girl, gave her a makeover, and then after the makeover, the sister went back with her sisters, and then she was still the same person on the inside. Because what changed in it wasn't the exterior that mattered, it was that the way of how she saw herself. You know what I'm saying? I remember watching that and understanding as a kid like what that meant, just because it pertained to our culture. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's why it's been the most meaningful, and that's why Proud Family resonates, you know, with me a lot, is due to the fact that it's our culture, you know. So the messages within our culture was pertaining towards us, you know. So we catch up on it easily. But yeah, loving yourself is probably the most important lesson.
I love that. I love that so much. So that is also another interesting note, seeing how, I don't speak for my full generation, but I don't recall seeing many shows when I was growing up watching Disney and Nick that that really grabbed me in that way or resonated with me in that way. And maybe that's too because the writing was so different at that time, right? They weren't writing to little black girls. They also weren't writing to, help kids be better. They were writing to entertain.
Yeah. Keep the jobs.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
There wasn't any deeper messages within that.
Absolutely.
Until it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I really enjoyed this episode. I feel like I learned. I learned a few things about my brother. One, I feel like it's so interesting hearing what you connected to as a little kid, especially with our age gap, but at the same time, what things we both gravitated to. Even, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's cool. And I think I also learned a lot about what I can and cannot handle when it comes to food. What about you?
Yeah, I learned that I'll never be eating spicy ramen again. I learned that if something has fireworks on it, leave that shit in the store. And then if something says double spicy, do not even look in that eye. Walk away.
Well, I want to thank my brother for being a trooper and being my first guest on my show, y'all. I feel so honored that he made time out of his busy schedule to be here with his sister, sweat his ass off, but talk about something that I think is a fun topic. And so we're going to go and get some water, but I hope to see y'all next week on Eat, Cry, Yap. Remember to subscribe on YouTube. Follow me on Spotify. Rate this TV show, y'all. Let Spotify know how much, not TV show. Ooh, but you know what? Let me go ahead and manifest. Rate this podcast. Let Spotify know how much y'all enjoy it. Please, please, please share this podcast wherever you get your podcasts. And stay safe out there, y'all. I will see you next week. Bye.